Welcome back to my channel. My name's Amber, and I'm just doing these reality TV recap. I haven't seen any episodes of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and so I want to get caught up with like the newest season. That way, by the time the next season comes out, I'll be literally all caught up. So yeah. Also, if you hear anything in the background, it's either my dog or my kids, and I'm so sorry. But that's just how it is. That's just mom life, you know. And I just want to say thank you for all of my returning followers. Any new followers, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and hit that bell, subscribe, like, comment, share, all that stuff. Anyways, let's get into the episode. So I have a bunch of notes. So if I'm looking a lot like over here, like this, that's because I have those notes over there. And also I have a couple of like just relevant screenshots. But anyways, how this episode is going to go basically is that I am going to recap and sort of have commentary. Just to let you know about my format just a little bit. So yeah. So it's obviously the first episode is first season. So we're getting to know all these ladies. We have on the graphic, Lisa, Mary, Heather, Meredith, Whitney, and Jen. And so the first person that we're introduced to is Jen. Jen is married to a football coach. She has 2 kids with him. She was raised Mormon, even though her husband, Sharif, he's Muslim. And so she decided that because the Mormon church wasn't inclusive to black people until like the 70s, and her husband and her children are black, that meant that she wasn't going to pursue that, I guess, religion anymore and go ahead and be Muslim or, choose to believe Islam or whatever. I'm cool. I mean, I'm not a religion person, but I mean, that's great that she recognized the fact that the Mormon church was really racist. And so she didn't want to support that and slay, honestly. So then the next person that we meet is Heather. She says she has been a longtime Mormon. She literally was or is descendant of people who were pioneers who literally like trekked across the U.S. to go to Utah and settle there. So yeah, and she says she started her business, which is like Botox and like that sort of stuff. I don't know what to call that. They have one here. They just opened it not that long ago, and I was surprised because we're really a small town. I think we have like 15,000 people living in our town. So I was like, they have like a billboard like in the town, like driving up to my town, they have like a billboard there, and then they have a billboard in town too. So I was like, maybe I should get some Botox. I mean, I'm 30, so it's about that time, I suppose. But I don't know. All these girls have chin fillers and stuff, and I don't think that looks the best. So I could never. But like honestly, like it's fine. Like do what you want, But anyway, so she said that she started her business because Mormons are obsessed with perfection. So yeah, and I didn't really know that. So that's kind of an interesting perspective. She says her business is worth $20 million. Okay, girl. That's amazing. Yeah. And then she has 3 daughters and she's divorced. She got divorced 5 years ago. I think that's what she said. And because of that, she's kind of like an ex-Mormon. Like she's like culturally Mormon, but I think she got excommunicated. So that sucks. I mean, that must be so shocking to be a part of a community and then to get literally ousted from it because you got a divorce. And from my understanding, this divorce wasn't even her idea. So that's fucked up. But okay. Apparently her husband is like very wealthy, literally worth billions of dollars. So she married into that. So that's cool too. I mean, slay, honestly. So she says Mormons don't drink, don't smoke, they don't swear, they don't have sex. And Heather says she can't be a good Mormon based on that because she loves the gays, she loves smoking, drinking, having sex with black men. Okay, girl. I mean, I couldn't be a Mormon because of that either. I mean, I love all those things. So then the next person that we meet is Meredith. She was from Chicago. She has 3 kids. We get introduced to Brooks. Apparently he's 21 years old. He's taken a year off of college and he's living at home with his mom. And her husband, Seth, that she's been with him for 20 plus years. He doesn't actually live with them. He lives in Chicago right now, which is okay. I understand like the business things and stuff. I can really empathize with that. Especially like Seth has this quote later that is like, you can never have enough wealth or sex. And it's like, okay, first of all, I do agree with one of those things. The wealth part though, if you're already really wealthy, like, I don't know, I don't get this fascination with literally trying to acquire every business under the sun, like just because you're rich. But okay, I mean, you do you, you do you. But I don't know if I would be pursuing being rich over being with my family. I don't know. Can you really say you're a family person if that's the life that you choose? I don't know. Apparently they can, so whatever. Uh so Meredith owns a jewelry design business, and she has like a lot of celebrity clientele. They said Scarlett Johansson was wearing some of her stuff. I was like, bitch, and Rihanna. I was like, whoa, Rihanna. That's pretty amazing. Honestly, that's a cool thing to say, that like I have a jewelry line that Rihanna wears. uh, so her, Seth, and Brooks go on this family hike in Utah, and oh my God, it is so gorgeous. Those mountains. I live in Indiana, so literally the freaking landscape is as flat as a board. And like people like to say that there's hills in Indiana. I mean, not really, not really. So yeah, I mean, the landscape is so gorgeous. They could see the mountains. It's like chilly, so they're like walking in the snow. It's really cute. It's really cute, sweet moment. um so, and also like during Meredith's confessionals with like her husband, I call them confessionals because I'm so used to like other reality TV like contestant shows like having a confessional, but I guess they're just commentary. I don't know, I'm still gonna call them confessionals, whatever. So during her confessional, like, first of all, her boobs look great, and like her nipples are just poking out. I literally can't focus on anything else. I am no better than a man, I promise. So then we go to Lisa. Lisa has two boys. She's from New York City. She's been married for 20 plus years. So when Lisa was 17, her parents were literally like, can you literally leave? So she went to Utah, and that's where she went to college, and that's where she met her boyfriend, or her husband, not her boyfriend, boyfriend at the time, I guess. So anyways, when her intro comes on, it's like her husband, and then her, and then like she's like telling her husband, here, take out our dog. Oh, put the sweater on our dog. Okay. So he does that, and it's literally like a pink sweater that has like floofy arms. And she's like, I think that my dog gets depressed while wearing this, but like, I don't care. It's cold out there. And like, the dog looked fucking miserable. The dog literally, it was so funny. I was just like, oh my God, that poor little dog. But also, I mean, it's not a little dog, but I mean, that poor dog, that poor dog. But also, like, I understand. I would definitely dress my dogs up. Like, but I don't dress my dogs up to go out here in Indiana, and it gets cold as hell in Indiana. So I don't know, whatever. So Lisa apparently has a luxury marketing company. Okay, slay girl. And then she also owns a few liquor brands, and she says a lot of tequila. It's tequila. Okay, say however you want. I do say tequila too, but like, it was just so funny. I swear to God, like, one of the times she said tequila, she literally said it like 4 times. So one of them, she was like tequila. Like, I swear to God, that's what she said. And I was like, girl, that ain't how it's pronounced. Like, oh my God. So anyways, the camera captures her in her car getting fast food with her family, literally going to like 4 different places. She's like, we're not traditional parents. We literally go out to eat all the time. We've sat at our dinner table 10 times. I'm like, okay, girl. I mean, that's fine. I don't sit at the table with my kids either. I think that's fine. I mean, whatever. So then the next scene, we don't get introduced to anybody else. The scene with Jen and Heather, and like when Jen gets out of the car, it's literally like snake skin boot first, and oh my God, those boots are so cool. I mean, she has an interesting fashion choice. She's wearing literally snake skin boots, and then like a camo kimono thing, and then some fluffy kind of deal dress. I mean, okay, girl. I mean, people have interesting senses of fashion. That's all I can say about that. And then so Jen is meeting Heather in Heather's like Botox emporium, I guess. And so she's getting Botox in her armpits so she stops sweating in her armpits. Like, girl, that's what you're supposed to do. If you don't sweat in your armpits, like, you're going to be hot. You're going to be hotter than hell. But I don't know, whatever. And then Heather kind of goes on to say, like, oh, Jen gets all the, like, weird experimental stuff. And, like, if she's heard of someplace out somewhere else doing some procedure, Jen brings it to me and then we get on it. Like, and I'm like, okay, girl. I mean, I don't know if I'd be doing some experimental shit, but okay. So, anyways, Jen, when it's like showing her and she's like putting up her arm or whatever, she is like iced the hell out. Like, oh my God, like how much did all that shit cost? I mean, good for her, honestly. So when Jen and Heather are talking, like after she gets the Botox in her armpits, Jen is saying, I want to throw a party for Meredith and I want there to be strippers there. And Heather's like, have you met Meredith? Do you think she'd be okay with this? But it's fine. And then the next thing that happens is that we meet Whitney, and Whitney is getting married. So we think actually it's a vow renewal, and she's been with her husband for 10 years. They have an 18-year age difference. They apparently are the product of a mutual affair. They both had other partners, and then they had like a hot office romance, and they got together, and they've been together for like 10 years. And because of the way that they originated, Whitney was excommunicated, and so was her now husband. I can't remember his name, but they were both excommunicated, and like no one supported them or whatever. So at this vow renewal, what we see is that it's like at the family home, and it's beautiful. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's at a family home, and it's really cool. Like, it's just a good fun time. You can tell Whitney has a very like fun personality, you know. And then so something that happens too is that, you know, her dad, so Whitney's dad Steve, is there, and his hair looks crazy. Like, he dyed it like really dark black, and he kind of has like this very like emo-ish hairstyle. I just thought it was so funny. I hope he gets a haircut soon for real. So then when Whitney is like upstairs, and she, you know how I said that she was explaining that none of her family really supported her and was rooting for her. Well, apparently one of her cousins went up to her and was like, hey, like, I'm really sorry what happened back then. And I'm sure that was really cathartic for her in some way. But she also says that she feels resentful that it took them 10 years to apologize. And I understand that too. I think maybe there's never a good time to really say something like that, and so maybe at the wedding because it's a special occasion, I don't know. I understand though. I understand why she'd feel resentful, but also I could understand like if it's like relieving too, you know. I don't know, whatever. So anyway, so Whitney and her husband are like in their room, and she's like, oh, I want to get out of these clothes. What should I wear? He's like, well, something you could dance in. I know you want to dance. And so she comes out in like these little booty shorts and this cute top, and she's literally on the stripper pole. She's literally like, on the stripper pole. I'm like, okay, girl. But then I see her dad in the background like this, and I was like, okay. You know, it's not like she's like stripping, you know, she's just on the stripper pole dancing around. So okay. So the next scene is that Jen is with her personal assistant, and Jen's like, he knows more about me than anybody else, even my husband. Okay, girl. I mean, she said her husband was up at 5 a.m. and didn't come home till midnight, so that makes sense. But okay, girl. She mentions that she really loves over-the-top parties. She loves throwing them, and she's like, Meredith deserves this party, and like, so do I. And just wait till you hear what happens later. So anyways, the next scene is that Meredith invites Lisa and Jen over. So Meredith is explaining that when her and Lisa first met, they literally hit it off instantly. They were hanging out for like hours, and they're just really good friends. Jen pulls up. It is snowing. It is currently snowing. Granted, it doesn't look like it's gonna stick or nothing, but Jen is in this outrageous like outfit, high heels, dressed to the nines. Let me show you these heels, girl. Look at these heels right here. This is what she's dressed in. She's got a whole kit up. I guess I wish I would have got the whole thing, but like, I'm just like, you are about to slip and break your neck, and then there ain't gonna be no season no more. So like, how about you just chill with those heels, okay? Meredith mentions that all the girls are just talking, snacking, whatever, and Meredith mentions to Jen is like, hey, like, I know that you know Heather from school. And then Meredith's like, I actually don't remember her from school. And Jen apparently and Heather had a conversation just about how like Heather remembers Meredith from school, like she knows her. So apparently Lisa, or am I getting Lisa and Meredith mixed up? I don't know. One of them, Lisa or Meredith. They don't remember Jen or Heather from school, but Heather remembers them. And Jen's like, if someone said that about me, I'd be pissed. And like, not gonna lie, that is totally like the vibe like that I get like from that whole interaction. But I don't know. I don't think they think that they're better than Heather. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how things shake out. I'm sure they're going to talk about that at the reunion. So we'll see. So then the next scene is Mary and Whitney. So here's Mary and Whitney. They're hanging out at a restaurant. Mary, you can tell she loves the finer things. There's like a cut scene of her literally like showing off all of her designer bags, her designer clothes, yada yada. So Mary mentions that she's been married for 21 years to Robert Sr., who is her step grandfather. Okay, so they're technically not blood related, but I have to assume that she knew him while she was growing up. And then her grandmother died, and literally in her will, I guess, I want to see the will, it says that grandma wants husband, Robert, to marry one of her girls. And he chose Mary. Interesting. Very interesting. Considering the fact that, like, later on, spoiler alert, later on, she literally says that Mary says that her mom was pissed that she didn't get married to Robert. So like, he purposely chose Mary. And that's fucked. I don't know. That's gross. I don't know. And Mary don't care. You know, she's like, I've been married to him for 21 years. And apparently she's very successful. She's Pentecostal, so she's not Mormon, unlike a bunch of these people. And Mary is the first lady of the church. That's what she calls it. And it's just very, very interesting. Anyways, I keep opening this thing. I don't know if you can hear it, but I keep opening this. It says iced caramel macchiato, like wax melts. And like, I'm eventually going to put one in. But right now, I'm just like sitting here sniffing. It smells so good. It smells so fucking good. I just want to lick it. Anyways, so Mary thinks, okay, so Whitney just got like a text from Jen being like, hey, come to Meredith's party. Here's the deets, you know? And Mary's like, oh. And so Whitney tells Mary, hey, like, Jen just sent out a party invite. Oh, I wasn't supposed to tell you, my bad. You know, and then Mary's like, Jen's not going to invite me. She's not going to invite me because of this stupid shit about the hospital. She smells like a hospital. Or it smells like hospital in here, or what the hell ever. Really dumb drama, okay? So Mary's like, you know, Jen's not going to invite me because of that. And then Whitney's like, check your phone. And then sure enough, Jen did invite Mary. And Jen, in a confessional, was like, I actually didn't want to invite her, but like, I just did. And okay, you know. Anyways, so Jen goes on to explain further about the situation, and basically her aunt, who was like a mother to her, went to the hospital and both of her legs got amputated, like last minute decision, like there was nothing else to be done, like. And so then Jen went to go hang out with Mary, I'm assuming, or in like a group setting. And Mary got the scent of the hospital, and I guess Mary has some trauma dealing with the hospital. I don't know, but whatever. She made a comment, it smells like hospital in here, and Jen felt like it was insensitive. I can see both of their sides. Like, Jen, this is ridiculous to kind of hold on to. And also, Mary, it was insensitive. They should just let it go, move on. That's not what happens later. So anyways, there's some long scene, basically Jen being a dictator, getting her house ready for the party. She literally has all her furniture moved out. She puts white drapes up on the wall. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's awesome, but like nothing really happens then. So anyway, so Heather comes to Jen's house and is like, hey, like, what's up, girl? And then Jen is like, hey, so I told Meredith and Lisa that, oh, you guys know her from school. I don't know if it's Meredith or Lisa, okay? I'm just saying both because Heather seems to have a problem with both of them, and I don't know who it is. So anyways, so Jen is like, yeah, they said that they didn't know you from school. And Heather is like really taking it personally. She's like, I feel like they think they're better than me or something. Like, what the fuck? And then Jen mentions that like, oh, like they said you're one of those like Girls Gone Wild girls. And then Heather's like, bro, I went to BYU. Like, I have to literally sign a code of conduct. I was a virgin when I fricked my husband. So like, what the hell are they even saying? I just have to say, I've heard some unhinged shit about those BYU kids. Like, you ever heard of the term soaking? You think Heather soaked? Google it. Google it when you get off of this video, okay? Soaking. Like, whatever. I mean, it's not outlandish to think that BYU really repressed kids would act out once they get a little bit of freedom, okay, girl? So, I don't know why you're like, I signed a code of conduct. Like, that actually does anything, you know? So, anyways, I put in my notes, Lisa said Heather was flashing her sin pillows. You know what that reference is, sin pillows? It's literally from Carrie. So, Meredith, she gets this gorgeous flower arrangement set up by her husband, or well, paid for by her husband, but then set up for by Brooks. And she's like, this is great. And it's literally like a ton of flower petals on this white ass carpet. I'm like, if you step on this, it's going to stain your carpet, girl. Like, I don't know. So I'd be pissed if my husband did that. I'd be like, what the fuck? This is all over the fucking floor. Like, who's going to clean that up? I mean, they probably have a housekeeper, right? Like, who am I kidding? But I'd still be like, what the heck? So anyways, she's like, this is great that Seth did this for me, but like, I'd rather he be here. Interesting. So, you know, all the girls come in. It's the night of the party. All the girls come in. They're all looking hot. They're looking spicy, you know. They have like a red carpet outside. There's literally like an ice sculpture, I guess. The cake is 2 feet high. They've got male strippers serving food to everybody, and it's like these little tiny appetizers, you know. So it's really cool. They get champagne when they walk in. I mean, really, Jen outdid herself with this party. I mean, goddamn, you know. And in later episode, I'm pretty sure she says she spent $84,000 on this party. Like, what the fuck? That is more money than I make in a year. So what the hell? So anyways, when Lisa enters the party, there's like this little funny like moment where she's going up to literally so many people and it's like, oh, I love your insert clothing item, I love your hat, I love your dress, I love your shoes, I love your whatever. And it's so funny. So anyway, so Jen, you know, she makes an entrance at the party and it's a little tacky, let's be honest. Like, you literally threw this party for Meredith and then you're making an entrance. And also this funny thing happens when she's making her entrance. It pans down and I took a screenshot, but I couldn't get the freaking thing to work. But it like pans down. Okay, what the hell? It pans down. And do you see this? I know it's really black right here, but this is the strap. This is where it ends right here. And these are literally her toes poking out. I know that happens with high-heeled shoes. I just find it so funny that it just happened in that moment. And they literally panned down to, like, keep it in there. I just, like, they totally did that on purpose, right? It's so funny. She's literally like walking out like, hey, and everyone's like cheering for her. And even Lisa clocks it. She's like, I wouldn't be making an entrance like that in a party that I threw for somebody else, you know. But Jen did say that, hey, this party's kind of for me too. And I'm like, okay, girl, I mean, slay, do whatever you want. And so then Jen like has the surprise for Meredith, and it's literally this cake that comes out and these Tongan dancers, and they're literally like just dancing around, being all hot and sexy. So anyways, the producers are like, what do Tongan dancers have to do with Meredith? And Jen's like, well, like nothing, but they have a lot to do with me because it's like my heritage. I just found that so funny. Like, at least she's honest about it. And honestly, slay. That was a really cool performance that they did from the like 5 seconds that I saw of it anyways. So then at the party, I don't know why, for some reason in the Housewives franchise, it's literally like at the party, at get-togethers, this is when they're having these like really important discussions. And it's just like, do you think this is better for like an intimate setting and like not this party setting? Like, if it goes south, it's a downer, you know. And south it goes. It goes to Antarctica. It goes south. So anyways, Jen and Mary, they're sitting on the couch, they're having a talk. Jen is saying like, it smells like hospital in here is like pretty mean for you to say Mary. And Mary's like, well, it's not like I said, Jen, you literally smell like hospital. And also, who even told you that? Like, I didn't say that to you. And Jen's like, my friend Carrie did. So then Carrie fucking is in the party. She walks over and she's like, yeah, I did say something. That's my best friend. Of course I'm going to say something. And honestly, I would too. I would too. But also, I'm not sure if I would take that comment so seriously. You know, like, it smells like hospital in here. Although Jen is feeling very upset, obviously, because her aunt literally got her legs amputated. And then Mary, apparently knew about the situation, you know, and is like, made an insensitive comment. Mary doesn't think that her comment was that insensitive. Jen is a little too sensitive about the comment. So I don't know. In Mary's confessional, she's kind of being literally disgusting though, and she's like shaming the aunt. Like, why are you having a double amputation at 60 anyways? Like, that's obviously a sign that you didn't take care of your health. Like, Mary, please. Like, is this really the time to be like a health coach? Like, I don't know. That was like a really disgusting comment, to be honest, and I can't wait for them to bring it up at the reunion if they do. I don't know. So the episode pretty much ends with Jen like, okay, I need a break. And then she goes to a room, closes a door, and is freaking out. Absolutely freaking out. And that's basically the end of the episode. I'll be honest, I didn't know about this season, like, even existing. And then I heard Peter Mon talk about it, and I was just like, okay, like, I didn't want to have to, like, watch like a ton of seasons in order to catch up with the Real Housewives franchise, and so I saw this one only had 4 seasons, and I was like, okay, I can catch up with that. And this one instantly hooked me. Just all of this that's happening, their glitz and glamour, I'm fascinated with like Mormon people and stuff, and I like to see how the other side lives. So it's been fun watching this. And I mean, that's basically it. I'm gonna try to watch episode 2 tomorrow and record it. I've technically watched all 10 episodes, or not all 10 episodes, but 10 episodes, and I didn't take any notes because I was just binge watching it. But now I want to take notes and like recap it properly. I know this series literally came out in like years ago, but I still I just want to recap it. I like it. I like watching stuff like this. So anyways, if you like this video, if you have any suggestions, make sure to leave it a comment down below. Give me a like, give me a share, subscribe if you're so inclined. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.